QSD. Thank you for coming back. Hi there, welcome to QSD. Thank you for coming back. So, inflammation. A perfectly natural process in certain scenarios where healing is being done. But when it's not desired? When it becomes chronic and debilitating, it can make life miserable. Well, we might be about to get a whole new arsenal to help us keep it under control. Enter stage right, the tick. Yes, the tick. So how could the scourge of people and pets alike be of any benefit to us in our hour of need? Well, it has special spit. It can latch onto its host and drink away without triggering any of the normal systems, and once attached to an animal, ticks can feed for 8 to 10 days, successfully blocking pain, stopping clotting, and essentially manipulating the body's normal inflammatory response to injury. It was previously known what a goldmine tick saliva was, with previous research having yielded many new drugs, treating disorders ranging from cardiovascular disease to stroke and arthritis. And this previous work had identified a group of tick saliva proteins called avasins, which bind to and neutralise chemokines, a group of chemicals key to causing inflammation in the body. However, this latest research has decoded the unique structure of proteins found in tick saliva and created new ones not found in nature, paving the way for a new generation of Swiss Army knife anti-inflammatory type drugs with customised extensions to block different inflammatory pathways. But let us step back and grab an overview first. You see, although inflammation is natural, sometimes the white blood cells basically lose the plot and cause further damage. And this runaway damage-causing inflammation is a key player in many diseases, including the aftermath of a heart attack, myocarditis, where the heart muscle becomes inflamed, resulting in sudden cardiac death in otherwise healthy young adults. Strokes, arthritis, psoriasis, tumour inflammation, and obviously inflammatory bowel disease. So researchers are always looking for new ways to block inflammation, either as a way to treat these diseases or at the very least to reduce the severity of painful symptoms to patients. However, this is, as always, not quite as simple as it first seems. The problem is because the inflammatory pathway has multiple redundant pathways, and so blocking just one or even several receptors has little effect. It evolved as a way to fight infections and foreign pathogens, so it's evolved to be very hard to knock down. The complexity of the network is hard to communicate. There are over 47 different chemokines which bind to 19 different receptors. And there are over 24 different white blood cell types. There is not a single available drug that blocks the chemokine network. So repurposing lab skills to identify some of the 1,500 to 3,000 proteins found in the tick saliva that would block chemokines, and aided by the Radcliffe Department of Medicine Ryman Awards, they discovered 40 chemokine binding proteins that could do what no other anti-chemokine drug can do: take down the entire chemokine pro-inflammatory network. Dr. Angela Lee, the first author, explained their techniques. We synthesize the tick genes chemically and insert them into yeast cells to make a tick protein library of sorts. The yeast cells now display tick peptides on their surface, and we then bait them. We mix the yeast with a fluorescent chemokine, and the yeast cell that takes the chemokine bait now glows. We can then pull them out of the glowing yeast, find out the DNA sequence of the new avasins, and grow large amounts of them. Using this method, the research team has now cloned over 40 new tick avasin genes over the last 2 years alone, and has found 2 distinct types of tick avasins that block the 2 major different groups of chemokines. The team also went one step further by transplanting the looms from one type of tick avasin into another type to create a new hybrid protein with properties of both types. The hope is that these customised proteins could be used to treat a variety of inflammatory illness, from heart disease to arthritis to inflammatory bowel disease. Although they are still a very long way from getting drugs based on their tick proteins to patients, they say. So yeah, that's cool. Can't argue with that. I guess the bigger picture here really is that there are numerous other examples of nature offering new medications. But if we continue to rape and pillage this fine globe in the way we do currently, well, who knows what we may lose, are losing, have lost. We lost. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts below and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.